Hello, friends. It's me again, Miss T. I had to jump back on here and do a part two to my previous video um, that I had out. And I was talking about dating in the world. Now, this video is going to be talking about dating in the organization. Um, and just some things that I've, experienced or witnessed as a single person in the congregation. I've learned now. When I came into truth, I lived in the suburbs and then I moved to the city, and I seen two different sides of relationships and inside the organization. So I'm trying to give like two different, because I don't know exactly how you came up with relationships, but I've seen quite a bit now in the suburbs. I've noticed that to me. And most of the friends in my congregation in the area that I lived in were white, and there were black friends as well, Puerto Rican friends, of course, all different types of friends. But what I noticed in the suburbs is that um, I see people live the, I'm going to say, beaver cleaver lifestyle. And that's when you marry. Your husband takes the role of being the head. He works his full time job. He takes care of his family. The wife is, he'll take care of his family financially. He could still serve as an elder in the congregation. The wife, of course, she may have little ones. She takes care of the kids. She takes care of her home. She don't have to work. Or you'll have a situation where if the kids are all in the school, the wife will go out and pioneer. She get a chance to do the pioneer work and evolve, getting a little bit more involved in doing what's need to be done for Jehovah's organization. So it can appear really easy, you know, in the suburbs, I think. Now, when I moved to the city, I saw a whole different scene. It was like um, most couples that were together, there was a lot more, I'm going to just say it maybe had a lot more stress on them. So the home life wasn't really good. You got these men that are supposed to be, the head over you, but they're beating on you. They're um, very strict and overprotective with their family. You're not allowed to go anywhere with nobody or do anything, even with the friends within the congregation. I've experienced a lot of things, and I'm not saying in the suburbs is better, because it's not. I've seen things in the suburbs where couples actually swapped partners, like this brother and sister, and this brother and sister actually, took this brother took this sister, they went off, got married, whatever, and these two get together and they get married. It's kind of different arrangement, but it worked for them, I guess. I've seen that happen, in the suburbs. I've seen in both areas where I didn't really see too much physical abuse or hear about physical abuse in the suburbs. I have really seen or heard of, and I really say I heard of, but sometimes I have talked to individuals who have cheated on their spouse or whatever. They're just not happy in their relationship, and some people try to cheat just to get out. But in the inner city, it's like a lot of struggle going on there, and sometimes both the husband and wife work part time. It's not enough money coming through. And I think a lot of times when you have financial problems in your relationship, then sometimes you can be married to the wrong man. Don't matter if he's worldly, don't matter if he's in the organization. It just all depends on how he was raised. Some men want to dominate their wives, and I seen this a lot in the inner city where they dominate to the point where they're gonna beat you down. You do what they say, don't question them. It's a hurtful relationship, and women, come into the congregation with their glasses, sunglasses on because they're hiding black eyes. They would even go to the brothers. And, I've had women tell me, well, the brothers will say, how a man leads his house, that's his prerogative, you know. It's actually come out in talks. How a man leads his house, that's his prerogative, you know. Uh, Child molesting situations. It was just a lot. It's a lot going on. So my point is, it doesn't matter if you're in the organization or not. You're gonna face a lot of the same things that worldly people face every day. The only difference is in the organization, nobody's talking about it. You can see it. You can see the fear in Sister Jackson's, eyes. You can see how she looks at her husband and she looks a little scared and nervous. You can see that. You know, I've even known sisters who actually found husbands out in the world and brought them in, and they were a whole lot better than some of the, brothers that was raised up in the organization. But you want to judge this sister for going out in the world and try to correct her, and then she brings in a good man who treats her well, but then you want to nitpick. It's like the friends of the congregation want to nitpick. You got to watch these worldly people and this and that and all that. They come in for the wrong reasons when some of them actually come in with genuine hearts. I've known sisters who've been single for years and they finally got married, and the brothers that they married, well, the guys, they were worldly. At one point, they came in. I know one lady actually married a man who was in prison for 10 years. He, I guess, found Jehovah inside the prison, and he come out, and they get married, and so far as I know, they're still married. I mean, there's good and bad in all situation when it comes to relationships. I've known young people who get into relationships quickly in the organization just to have sex. It's like, what is your reasoning for even wanting to have a relationship? You genuinely want to be married to somebody that's going to be your lifelong partner? Or are you just getting married just to have sex, or just because you need financial help, or you don't want to work and you think somebody should just take care of you? Like, what is your reasoning? To me, and I know I'm not saying a whole lot of things that I thought about it, I wanted to say, can't really recall, but to me, dating in the organization or even getting married is no different in the world in some cases. There are some sisters that are really suffering in these congregations. And there are, I can't even take away the fact that men are being, are in domestic violence situations with their wives. Good guys just got a bad wife that's treating them bad. I mean, there's a lot of things that you really can't discuss. And he's supposed to be the head of the household, So you got to take your time and know yourself and what you want. I always say that because I felt it was a big thing for me to know myself and what I want. I don't mind being by myself, but I'm not really by myself, And you there's a lot of situations going on in these marriages that you don't even know about. Marriage may not even be for you. Marriage may not, and I've thought about this for myself. Marriage may not even be for me. I'll date, but do I really want to commit to somebody I'm not sure about, or if I've seen a bad side of a person, do I really want to commit to them because they're the only ones that I was able to find, or they found me, and they want me, they're willing to work with me? And you can get into the same type of negative situations in the organization as you do in the world. There's still women marrying, sisters marrying guys that have baby mamas all over the place. He decided to come in the truth, change his life, be a witness, but she still got to deal with the baby mama drama. You have, you know, there was a situation. It's like you have men out here who are married that are cheating on their wives. I'm going to say there's brothers out here that are married that are cheating on their sisters, or sisters, their wives who are sisters in the organization, and it goes to the extreme where they're picking up prostitutes off the street. Don't believe me? I have a story. A brother actually got caught doing that. He went to the elders about it, of course, and he said, I've always had a problem with that. And needless to say, he got busted. It was in the papers, and everybody who knew him knew who he was, But he went to the elder and said, I've always had a problem with that. And he said, the elder said to him, they know that struggle. It's a struggle that a lot of men are having in the congregation. And for the sisters, it's like, well, what am I doing wrong if my husband is going, wanting to be with a prostitute? Like, what am I doing wrong? It can be hit or miss either way it goes. It's imperfect people in the organization. It's imperfect people out in the world. And I hear that, some men actually go back into the truth to try to find them a wife because the wives out here ain't worth it. But then, there's women in the truth that maybe, I don't know, maybe a little bit more worth it, but there's some trifling women in the truth now. A lot of people, are doing their thing secretly and undercover. And hey, if that's their conscience and they want to do that, that's fine. But you have to be cautious either way it goes. My biggest thing with dating a brother is you have to be a provider. And I dated this one brother, and I really liked him. I liked his personality. Our conversation was great. We seemed to get along. We liked going out, doing things, just enjoying each other's company. But he always had this, well, the brother said this and the brother said that. Well, I don't know if we should be doing it because the brother said this. We went to the district assembly together. We sat next to each other in an area where his congregation was sitting, and to me it's like, why is this a big deal? We're grown. We went to the what if I needed a ride, to the district convention? He offered me a ride. We don't have a chaperone, so automatically we're having sex because we're alone together. So he was very uncomfortable and nervous about the whole thing. And it's like, the brothers, they may say this or they may, and I think somebody did talk to him and said, oh, you're not supposed to be alone with her like that. That's some of the issues you'll get in the congregation. It's like, I feel like if I'm going to have sex with somebody, I'm going to have sex with, ain't no chaperone going to stop me from doing that. I'll drop the chaperone off and go back to the dude's house and have sex if that's what I wanted. Or if he wanted, he can come to my house. Can't no chaperone stop that. It's like you always have to be watched. But no relationship is perfect. I'm in a relationship now. I can't say we're perfect, but we're on the same page and we're really trying. He had his issues with relationships. I've had some issues with relationships, but we communicate well. And I think that's key. Communicate well. Try to stay on the same page and be respectful. And everything should work out the way you want it. And if it don't feel afraid to walk away. I mean, in the end, it's all about your happiness, right? It's all about how you feel in your happiness, right? So that's all I need to share with you. I hope that information helped you out in some sort of way. I ask that you do comment on the video and tell me what you think. and like my video and subscribe. I'm always willing to share positive information whenever needed. And I thank you for listening. You have a good day. Enjoy your day. And see you, friends.